2024 was a weird year. AI really hit its peak and technology continued to exponentially grow, and that influenced the world of video production pretty hard. We've seen a multitude of different tools, whether that be physical tools for us to deliver our craft better as filmmakers, and also digital tools which can help a production throughout all its different stages from start to finish. Now 2025 I think is set to be more of a weird year than the previous one, so here's 4 predictions from me about what we're going to see in the world of filmmaking and video production throughout 2025. By the end of 2025, cameras are going to be even smaller, even smarter, but even more capable. We saw in 2024 and even in the years before that, this progressive move of cameras just becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. You can see the releases of cameras in 2024 with the likes of the Red Komodo with a 6K sensor in there, and another noteworthy one, the Blackmagic Pixus with a 6K sensor in there. Cameras throughout 2024 continue to get smaller and smaller and smaller, and I don't see this trend slowing down whatsoever throughout 2025. If anything, it'll only accelerate. But what's interesting and really fascinating for filmmakers is the higher level of functionality that we're getting within a camera. Perfect example of this would be the DJI Ronin 4D that was brought out. In the last few years, this has been a camera system which has combined the functionality of a gimbal and a camera into one body. It looks a little bit like a chicken, it's a bit of a mad contraption, but this is being used on Hollywood films like Civil War and is now becoming the norm in a lot of production workflows because of its ease of moving from one set of rigging to being gimbal operated and getting perfectly smooth shots. For me, I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, what we see DJI doing. I think other camera brands are going to get onto this, and there's going to be some really fascinating collaborations between different manufacturers that have different solutions for video, building that organically into the camera. Another great example of a bit of technology that's leaped forward and given us more creativity as filmmakers is the rise of the FPV drone. So historically, these drones were used to race around and they were more of a hobbyist thing, but now you've got FPV drones which have been piloted and allowing all sorts of different consumer brands, sports brands, filmmakers, and even Hollywood films to create these unbelievably dynamic shots where they have the quality of a camera that can shoot in 6K on top of a drone doing moves with a camera, which historically, if you wanted to achieve that, you'd need a village's worth of people to pull that off. Now you can have a small camera, a lens, a FPV drone, and capture shots which would have taken weeks to plan out and execute many people, or it would have taken a VFX artist many weeks or months to actually curate the 3D world and then put those movements into it. So my prediction, by the end of 2025, when we see more of these technologies come out, it's going to allow filmmakers and creators to do way more cool things way more easily. You're going to see so many more different interesting shots and creative shots out there in productions which are going to stun the audience. I'm buzzing and very excited about what is going to come out in terms of the camera technology space in 2025, and I think it's going to be an absolute game changer for a lot of us in this filmmaking world. Those that can adapt are really going to be taking the forefront and doing things creatively that are going to help us stand out as filmmakers. My next prediction for the end of 2025 is going to be a meteoric rise in VR and AR video. I don't think that VR and AR are going to be kind of buzzwords of new technology. I think they're going to actually start to redefine the world of filmmaking. Imagine not just watching a story, but being completely immersed in it. With VR, you can become much more connected into a narrative and be immersed in a fictitious world, which for audiences is going to be a completely new experience. But as we go through this path of developing what we enjoy as an audience and consumers, we always seem to lean towards bigger levels of immersion, whether we want a surround sound system or we want a bigger TV or we want an IMAX or a curved screen or the dome that's opened in Las Vegas. We're all about immersion, and I think VR is really going to help us unlock some incredible ways to immerse audiences in films. At the moment, there's still quite a lot of barriers there in terms of the size of the technology. You know, Apple released their Vision Pro, but it's quite bulky. It's very much a 1.0 model of the technology, but I think by the end of 2025 you can see Meta and Snapchat taking huge leaps and bounds to bringing their technology around the VR and AR space. I think what we could end up with by the end of the year, who knows, it could be beyond recognizable, but I see a reality by the end of 2025 where you've got, you know, a guy or a girl sat in a coffee shop with a pair of pretty sleek glasses on, completely immersed in a virtual reality or augmented reality. It's going to offer opportunities for filmmakers to create videos that are new and unique in that space. And for advertisers, I think it starts to beg the question, how are they going to take the video production that they're doing and make it more immersive so it can be fitted and work more effectively in the format that is more appropriate for VR, opposed to always focusing on things which are more prominent now, like vertical video for social media. Quick pause in the video just to say thank you for watching this far. I appreciate you for coming on down and hanging out, and I hope that you've learned a little something or it's been valuable. If it has, I've got one ask for you. Do me a favor. It costs nothing. It's free for you to do. Just drop a little headbutt on that subscribe button. It will really mean a lot to me, and it helps this channel grow, and it costs nothing. Nice one. Back to the video. So the next prediction for 2025 is the rise of AI editing. During the last 12 months, we've seen a massive abundance of new tools that have come out from independent developers and also the big powerhouse developers like Adobe. We've seen a lot of new tools that blend directly into the workflow of post-production. Need to sync audio or improve the quality of it? It's done easily. Need to cut clips and remove silencers and get good takes? AI will do that for you. Technology has brought a lot of different interesting tools to this whole space of post-production. But here's my prediction. AI won't replace these people. You still need human flair to actually make a video that's going to connect with a human. I think AI can help save a lot of time. It can handle a lot of the basic tasks, and it can handle a lot of the more formal tasks. But when it comes to the things that are really creative, where it requires a certain kind of look and feel and flair from editors' experience, I think AI is still a long way away from doing that. So by the end of 2025, I see a reality where a lot of the brunt work for editing is done by AI, and it shortcuts a lot of that. And it means that editors can focus much more on doing the exciting, fun, creative aspects of an edit and adding that flair, opposed to doing more of the mundane tasks. So my prediction for 2025 is AI is going to redefine that whole post-production workflow, but you're still going to need a human to add that extra level of creativity and flair and help produce an edit that's going to connect with a human. We're going to see a lot more AI adverts, and they're going to continue to amaze us, but they're still going to be lacking one thing: humanity. Audiences crave authenticity. They connect with real humans, real faces, real emotions. While AI will handle visuals and concepts, in my opinion, the best campaigns are going to blend AI precision with that human warmth. By the end of 2025, I think the challenge will be clear. Use AI to amplify the message, but don't lose the heart within your video, the thing that actually helps you connect to somebody. Because in an AI-driven world, I think being a human and leaning into that humanity is really going to become much more resonant in the next 12 months. There's going to be such a plethora of AI stuff out there, and the ones that lean into having human characteristics in their marketing, they're going to cut through a lot more, because humans are still the ones that are making the buying decisions at the end of the day. That wraps it up for this video. If you enjoyed it, there's another video over here that you might like. And also, if you enjoyed it, do us a favor, headbutt that subscribe button. It'll cost you nothing, but it really does mean a lot and helps the channel grow. And sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next video.